Welcome to another session. So today here we will be discussing a very concerning development. That's the release of Abdul Salam Pinto, a former Bangladeshi minister who's accused of aiding terrorism against India. So see, labeled as one of the most dangerous, men from India's perspective, his freedom raises critical questions about the regional security and the future of India-Bangladesh relations also. So let's try to understand and let's dive deeper into this alarming situation and its implications. Let's start by understanding who's Abdul Salam Pinto. So Abdul Salam Pinto served as Bangladeshi Deputy Education Minister during the BNP-led government during 2001-2006 time. So this period marked as one of the most challenging times for India regarding cross-border terrorism. So Pinto's involvement in financing Pakistan-based terror organizations like Harkatul Jihadul Islami, HUJI, Huji, was uncovered during a detailed investigation. And Pinto was found guilty of providing financial and logistical support to terror groups for attacks against India. And his actions also targeted opposition political rallies within Bangladesh, right? And that include the grenade attacks and orchestrated against Sheikh Hasina's Awami League. And in 2016, Pinto was convicted and sentenced to 17 years in prison. But his recent release in 2024 has sparked fears of return to an era of state-sponsored radicalism because he was sent to prison for 17 years after the conviction. Now it's 7 years and he got released. So let's talk about Bangladesh political landscape and its challenges. If you see in the early 2000s, under the BNP government was a turbulent time for India-Bangladesh relation. I told you there were a lot of issues with cross-border terrorism. The Khalida Zia administration witnessed, that period of time there was terror financing. There were a lot of border incidents, like ministers like Pintos openly supported terror activities targeting India. And if you look at the border incidents, one notable incident was the 2001 incident where 16 Indian soldiers were tortured and killed by a mob near the India-Bangladesh border. That again escalated tensions. And the change in leadership in 2008 with Sheikh Hasina's Awami League brought some relief, but the recent developments suggest a possible reversal of progress made in combating the extremism. Now the question is why Abdul Salam Pinto's release is very significant now. See, his release, if you see, signify more than just an end of prison term. If you see, that's a kind of symbol of radicalism, you can say. Potential political influence we can discuss, and regional instability that can cause in future also. These are the areas that we are actually concerned about. So his freedom emboldens extremist factions within, and beyond Bangladesh. And again, with the current, unelected interim government in place, there are concerns that the figures like Pinto could regain political power again. If that's the case, again, it can affect the regional stability. Given his history, there is a fear that Pinto could again facilitate cross-border terrorism that can jeopardize India's security, and it's a bigger threat also. What are the lessons learned from history? The 2001 border incident that I have discussed. See, the brutality faced by Indian soldiers in 2001 serves as a very stark or grim reminder of the dangers posed by unchecked aggression. So the incident, widely reported by international media, highlighted the vulnerability of India-Bangladesh relation under hostile regimes. The international reaction, if you see, even outlets like the Tehran Times and BBC condemned the violence, yet justice was never served. India's response, if you see, there were tensions escalated. India refrained from aggressive retaliation at that point of time and focused, instead of securing its borders. So this cautionary tale basically underscores the importance of preparedness and vigilance to avoid repeating history. Now, what are India's next steps? It will be basically to ensure security, right? So if you see with the re-emergence of figures like Pinto and political uncertainty which is surrounding in Bangladesh at this point of time, India must adopt a multi-pronged strategy. It have to strengthen the border security and have to go with the diplomatic pressure, and then there should be global advocacy. These are the things that you can mention if you get a question in your mains. So reinforce measures to prevent infiltration and protect sovereignty. work with international community to hold Bangladesh accountable for releasing, the individuals involved in terrorism, raise the issue of terrorism, emanating from Bangladesh on international platforms. So, like how Pakistan's role in fostering extremism has been addressed, like that, you can, go for a global advocacy. What are the implications for India-Bangladesh relations? See, when we discussed about Sheikh Hasina's tenure, that's so some very good improved relation. But recent signals, the recent development, if you see, that actually signal potential setbacks. The way Bangladesh is moving closer to Pakistan is also a very big threat to India. So the unelected interim government has already shown signs of aligning with radical elements, and the extradition request for Sheikh Hasina hints at political motivation that could strain bilateral ties further. So India must tread, carefully to balance diplomacy with firm action to safeguard its national interest also. Now, see, the release of Abdul Salam Pinto is not just a political or radical or judicial decision. It's a wake up call for India and global community. As Bangladesh, risk regressing to its past, India must remain vigilant, proactive, and resolute in protecting its borders and addressing regional threats. So let's hope the international community recognize the gravity of the situation and work collectively to prevent further instability in South Asia. So that's about this session, guys, and thank you so much for watching. In case if you like the video, share it with your friends, and if you're looking for any one-to-one session or civil services mentorship, get in touch with me. The details are given in the description. So see you guys in the next video.